Dear President Obama, my name is Hunter. I am a young man in my mid-20s who is making my way into the world. I am very pleased and fortunate to say that I have been very humbled and privileged to have grown up and lived through your shining example, grace, dignity, humility, humbleness, and compassion. I will always remember my first presidential election back in 2008. I was just starting to understand the importance and the ability to understand our founding fathers and the importance in playing a role in American democracy, and how if we unite together and work hard and set our minds to achieving, when we fight, we can win and accomplish a lot. My mother has always been a loyal admirer of you since her early days. My mother grew up in a Hispanic family with three brothers, and she was the only daughter who grew up in her family. She always believed in the power of hard work, determination, and most importantly, the American dream. The American dream ties back to my family on both sides, but more importantly on my mother's side. You and my mother share a lot in common. You both graduated from Harvard University in 1991, got married in 1992, and raised two children that were born in 1998 and 2001. My mother is Mexican American and you are African American. When I was 10 years old, I remember my mother always talking very positively and highly about you. She talked about how you grew up with a single mother and an absent father, and how when you did not do your homework at night, your mother would wake you up early in the morning and make you finish your homework. She always believed in you, and at the time when she said, "Barry, this is no picnic for me either," she may have been hard on you, but it came from a place of love because she saw your potential early on. My mother would always come home from school and offer to do the dishes before my grandmother would come home from work. My grandfather, who is going to be 92 next week, always saw the grit and determination of my mother and would always tell her, "Don't worry about the dishes and go do your homework, I'll take care of them," adding on with a wink, "Just don't tell your mother." I have always realized that charity starts at the home, no matter what. I grew up with two very hardworking parents that both became doctors. My mother defied the odds against her family traditions and expectations, and my father's parents raised him, my aunt, and my uncle that by going to private schools and Ivy League colleges and universities, that they too would do well in life. When my father would sit at the dinner table, my grandfather would always tell him, "Tony, go do your homework." My father would not want to do it, but my grandfather quietly insisted that by studying hard it would lead to unparalleled opportunities. I was raised to do well in school, but above all, I was raised to be a kind and compassionate person. Growing up with parents that are doctors, they both displayed an unwavering compassion by treating their patients with the best medical care. While I never wanted to become a doctor, and while I am still figuring out my passions and ambitions, I remain and hold on to the fact that by changing the world with my story and sharing it with you, that it can help bring forward future generations and help our nation and world overcome adversity like we have always known to be. I always grew up to be a motivated person. However, my own journey has been more unique and perhaps more challenging. When I was 3, I was diagnosed with autism. I was told that I would never have friends, participate in sports teams, have a girlfriend, fall in love, graduate from high school, graduate from college, and so on. School was always more challenging for me. I attended public school with the help of a one-on-one aide from preschool until 8th grade. At the age of 14, I received the news that I would not be able to attend my public high school. I went to a private school for students that learn differently. This was a hard challenge to overcome, but looking up to your grace and resilience, I have always been in awe of how much you have overcome in your life. I not only graduated from high school, but I also got to achieve my dream of attending college, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. With my vision of America and a better promise, I intend to work on serving others in either education or human services. Growing up without a father and maybe meeting him twice, as well as losing your mother to cancer when you were 30, you never gave up and you were always reminded by your mother's tough love. "Barry, this is no picnic for me either." Your mother is looking down on you from heaven, very proud of the son she has raised. And my goodness, you have not only made your family proud, but you have made myself, my family, and millions of other Americans proud. Written by a very humbled and heartfelt citizen. From Hunter.